it's too late.
Shade stuck to my face, hoodie glued to my head. Hiding from the same world that made me who I am. Deep rest, can't even get out of bed. Too blessed to be so stressed. I do all this just to say get off my mixed emotions, prohibit my focus. This what you wanted, what's wrong with you? You don't make sense. Feel like I could flip at any moment. Faces playing in this with me. Doing it was just a war with boredom, but it's sure to get me. Lord forgive me. Amen. Wear the crown of thorns for sport. I'm just waiting for a stone to hit me. Relationship on the rocks. My family all concerned. My homie still on the block. Getting it I can't do. I'm stricken by survivor's guilt. I'm getting it off of words. Word. Come on, Herb. You
Gotta do better. I 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 gotta do better. Gotta do better today. Gotta do better before it's too late.
Hello, baseball fans, and welcome. We've got the American League Championship Series on the show. It's the Los Angeles Angels taking on the New York Yankees. John Shambi and Chris Singleton on the call. And Singy, there's been a lot to talk about already in this series. Digging in is the switch hitting outfielder, Jason Dominguez. Line drive. Oh, he gloves it.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
And that is out of play. Swing and a pop-off in foul ground. He's under it. Brings it in, and that will end the inning. 2 men left. Back at Yankee Stadium, top of inning number 7. Now, Evan Carter. This one popped up, and that goes foul.
You know, these Angels just aren't putting great swings on the baseball in this one. Just one extra base hit for them, so they haven't exactly been hitting the ball gap to gap or out of the park. That makes it really difficult to generate runs.
Missed with a changeup, and a count 1-2. And a swing and a miss. Beat him with a fastball.
Well, when you commit to throwing an inside fastball to your glove side and cross the strike zone, especially with 2 strikes, if you're going to miss, you want to miss off the plate in. You do not want to leave it out over the heart of the plate. So that was excellent execution on that pitch. Really tied him up, and he couldn't get a piece at all.
Bellinger pulls it down, and there's 2 gone.
Not fooled at all right there. He was clearly all over it, but sometimes you hit it too hard and right at someone. You're looking for one of those bloop hits to get a knock sometimes.
And it stays fair. Go ahead run on base. Luis Rengifo gets a chance to hit here. Here comes the pitch. There goes the runner from first. There's the ball. Throw to second. Out at second. That ends the inning.
The catcher definitely looked ready for that stolen base attempt. Got in position quickly, and a strike down to second base to end the inning.
Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. Swing and a miss.
You know, these Yankees, simply put, are producing a lot of quality swings. Just look at how the ball's coming off their bats, and tell me it's fun playing defense at this level. They've got 7 hits at 90-plus miles.
And that eats him up.
Well, that certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count, up against it with 2 strikes right there. He got that front foot down, and pitch recognition was on point. Pretty impressive for an 0-2 count. And now, let's see if they force some action with good wheels on the bases.
And here is Abraham Toro. Nope. Just missed. That pitch gets the corner, and the count 1-1. The go-ahead run aboard at first. Nobody out. That pitch gets the inside corner, and that is strike 2. Fouls that off to the left, and will do it again. That one outside, and it's 2-2. Got him swinging.
Well, I'm not sure what he was waiting on right there. He got the changeup and still late on it. You rarely see that. It almost makes you think that he was trying to set the pitcher up. I mean, if you can't catch up to the off-speed stuff, there's no way you're going to touch a fastball.
Luis Ariz stands in. Runner on the go. Pitch in for a strike. And safe. It's a stolen base. And the go-ahead run is now in scored position. Here's the pitch. Runner goes again. That's in for a strike. Throw, save. That's a stolen base. And the go-ahead run is now only 90 feet away.
I'd say an aggressive roll of the dice there.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Oh, that's a huge strikeout right there. Big second out. Infield was in. They were playing the full court press, and he got the swing and miss. Keeps this one tied. This next at bat should be a lot of fun. The odds of wiggling out of this just went up considerably.
That's a ball.
With the go-ahead run at third here in Game 4 of the ALCS.
Getting a little frustrated with the strike zone.
And a count 1-2.
Well, he knows they don't want to give him anything to hit, but when you've got opportunities to drive in runs, you've got to expand the zone. He's capable of going out there and doing damage with it.
Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
A lot of adrenaline, we can see it right there, and sometimes you just got to let it out. That's an outstanding job of taking that, executing, and getting out of a tough inning.
Back in the Bronx, all set for the start of the inning. Now it's the Angels leadoff man, Luis Rengifo. Heel back to work. And that one fouled off.
This lineup is having a tough time finding a good rhythm at the plate. Their swings are disjointed, which tells me they're having issues with pitch recognition.
Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Dominguez snags it on the run.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
And that one in the air center field. And it's caught for the out. Here's Trout. He's already homered in this game. First pitch, and he just misses. To the left side, but it is well fouled. Swing and a high fly ball right field. Judge has it sized up. Nabs it, and that is that. Ready for the bottom of the 8th. It's Aaron Judge now. Just missed.
Well, a mistake right here could untie this ball game. If you're the pitcher out there, you just want to be a little more cautious.
A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Mike Soroka won't go any further, and that was a start he can feel pretty good about. Tie ball game, and new pitcher when we get back. Luis Garcia into the game. Swing and a miss. And the count 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And that's downstairs and outside. Battling here as he fouls it away. Up and in, and the count is filled up. Giancarlo Stanton in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. This one in the air. Shotwell should have this one. And out number one on the grab. Giancarlo Stanton to the plate now. That one ripped, but foul. Outside low, and now it's even 1-1. Base is empty, one away. Late here in game 4. And the count 1-2. And a curve is down and in.
And that's awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
Got him. Now 2 away. Here's the second baseman, Jazz Chisholm Jr. Fastball for a strike. 0-1.
Late in the game, everyone gets a little tighter. Way to get ahead on a really good hitter right there.
The next pitch misses, and it's a ball and a strike. On the ground to third. Over to first. And the Yanks go quietly. No runs, no hits, no errors. We're through 8 full here in game 4. Welcome back, and here comes the closer, Ian Hamilton. Line drive, base hit. Off to a good start with a leadoff dive.
Went up there looking to be aggressive and got something he could handle. Everything was on time and fluid in that swing. Got a pitch he could get the barrel on and lined it into center for the knock. Those always feel good.
And a base hit right there. Runner holds it second, but they've got something going on here.
Well, a big swing of the bat right there. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy. Now the go-ahead runs in scoring position, so big opportunity for them to jump ahead late.
So in now for the Angels, Zach Neto.
This is a big spot for a big-time player.
Swing and a high fly ball out towards right center field. Squeezes it. Runner tags it second. He makes it to third. Good base running to move up with only 1 out.
Now we'll see if moving up to third there pays off for him. He didn't have to tag and go, but now he can score a lot of different ways. Doesn't have to be a base hit. We'll see what happens.
Squares and gets it down the left side. To first, and he beats it. Everyone's safe. And a run comes in to score. Here's Joe Adele. 0 for 3 in this one. That one finds the zone. That's strike 1. On the ground out to short. There to beat him by an eyelash.
Well, he's one of the best shortstops in the sport, no doubt about it, and he put his skills on display once again right there. Great stop on the backhand, but it was the transfer and throw for me that really stood out. With the speed going down the line, there's no way he gets the out any other way. That was impressive.
2 on, 2 outs. Throws to first in time, and that is that. 1 run in the inning, but they leave 2. 6, 7, 8 scheduled to start. Back at Yankee Stadium, now the left fielder, Jason Dominguez. On the ground right side. Shanuel takes it to the bag, and the leadoff man retired here in the ninth.
That's why you hug the lines on the corners late in the ball game like this, positioned perfectly.
Austin Wells stepping in now for the Yankees. Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Ben Joyce on to try and close it out.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves. Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Swings through that one for strike 2. Trying to close out a one-run lead here in Game 4 of the ALCS. Got him swinging. It's a strikeout. Now only one out remaining.
I see it more commonly in the sport these days, but man, a triple-digit fastball blown right by someone is still pretty awesome to witness. I mean, you got to be geared up and ready to swing it when a guy like this comes out of the bullpen, because that fastball, it eats, and if you're not ready, you're going to be walking back to the dugout.
Late swing, fouled off. Joyce is just one strike away. Now a pop-up on the infield. Neto. It's all over. The Angels are champions of the American League. They're headed to the World Series.
Congratulations to the American League champions. These players have worked hard all season long, and their hard work has paid off. Now, off to the World Series. This team can't wait to get it started.
So the Los Angeles Angels get it done in the most emphatic way possible. They sweep their way into the World Series.
Yeah, after a performance like this, they've got their eyes on the title, Boog. I mean, they look unstoppable and just full of so much confidence.
And this was no ordinary opponent. This was a team that a lot of people thought could win the title.
Yeah, and that tells you just how impressive this sweep is. A dominant showing for a team on an absolute mission.
I got this fire burning in me from within. Concentrated thoughts on who I used to be. I'm shedding skin. Every day a new version of me, a third of me demented, cemented in pain, juggling the pros and cons of fame. I don't know how to make friends, I'm a lonely soul. I recollect this isolation, I was 4 years old. Truth be told, I've been battling myself, trying to navigate the real and fake, cynical about the judgment day. I did past life progression last year, and it me up, reincarnated on this earth for
Coming to you live from Southern California, the World Series on MLB The Show coming up. The Atlanta Braves and the Los Angeles Angels. Hi, folks. John Sciambi alongside Chris Singleton. There may be. So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Here's Mike Trout, 1 for 2. High fly ball, and that one curling foul down the right side.
Timing issues can snowball quickly, and that's what we're witnessing here. This lineup's inability to lock onto the pitcher's delivery is causing a few awkward swings.
And the pitch. That one is absolutely belted. And it's gone. He'll take a jog around the bases. The Angels on the board first. It's 2-0. So the streak stays alive. His 4th straight game with a home run.
Boog, that's like a cycle of home runs, and I know how much you love the cycle. He's absolutely punishing mistakes right now he can't miss.
This one absolutely screamed out of here, singing a laser. StatCast tells us it was 112 miles an hour off the bat.
Yeah, it left in a real hurry, and Didn't go that far because of the launch angle being a little flatter, but clearly it had all the velocity it needed to leave the yard.
Grounds one to short. Arcia. The throw to first, and one away in the bottom of the seventh.
Well, we talk about how the ball is coming out of the pitcher's hand. The way it comes out of his hand as an infielder, wow, really impressive.
And first offering is fouled off.
Some real good life going to the zone on that one.
One down, base is empty. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Zach Neto, the next to hit for the Angels. 0 for 2 in this one. Hard hit down the line and left. Could be extra bases. Lead runner holds at third, so 2 runners in scoring position and just 1 out.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Ripped that one down the line and kept it fair. And even when you hit it that far out front, you still have to keep your hands tight to your body so you don't hook around that baseball and put it in foul territory. And that right there was perfect.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Pitching change here, Hunter Harvey.
And never an easy situation coming in with runners at second and third. He's got a base to work with, so he doesn't have to be perfect, but he does have to make some quality pitches.
Squares and gets it down the left side. Fires over to first. Got him as he tried to bunt his way aboard. Here's Joey Dell. Well, he gave the bunt a shot there, but not able to execute.
Yeah, I think he rushed it a little bit, and when guys rush, it can be a pop-up or it can be bunted right back at a position player.
Whips it to first, and that'll keep more runs. Welcome back as we take a look at how today's starting pitchers have fared so far. And a swing and a miss.
0-1.
Just missed.
You know, these Braves need to bring up the quality of their at-bats and specifically their swings. They're trying to find ways to drive the ball with some authority, but it's just not happening for them so far. 0 extra base hits in the game, so it's been tough for them to get anything going.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. That's his 9th strikeout so far.
Finished him off by blowing it by him up high, but they did a really nice job of setting that pitch up. The plan of attack early on was to keep everything down around the knees, so that was a good call to change his eye level and run it by him for the K.
Profar in the box now. No balls and a strike. In the air, center field. Adele moves under it. Makes the catch for the out. Out number 2. 2 outs, base is empty. Here's the shortstop at the plate, Orlando Arcia. That one finds the zone. Strike 1. Two down, nobody on. Here in game 1 of the World Series. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that K brings him into double digits for the game. Braves go down quickly here. They trail things here 2-0. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th. Mark Leiter Jr.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right now.
There's a swing and a drive. And it's gone. A solo shot. And they add on. It's 3-0.
First pitch hacking, and it paid off for him in a big way. Welcome to the game. First pitch out of the bullpen, a tough one. And you know he's just trying to get one in there for a strike. And on the other side, as a hitter, it's a great time to be aggressive and let it fly. It's not what they were looking for when they turned to him, but now he's got to find a way to reset.
And now, Luis Rengifo.
You know, these Angels, digging into their numbers, have to be happy with the swings they're taking. They have 5 extra base hits on the stat sheet so far, and that tells me they're seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well.
Gets it to first. Just got him on that one.
Oh, it's a nice forehand stop. Kept the ball from getting to the outfield, but he had a little trouble getting rid of it and had to take an extra step, which cost you some time. But he recovered, made a good, strong throw, and he still got the out.
Ground ball right side. Tosses to first. 2 out.
With all those extra base hits, it's easy to think we're going to see that trend continue the rest of the game. They seem to be really locked in at the plate.
Trout stands in with 2 away as he takes a ball.
Ball.
He's been raking in recent games, and a big reason why, getting ahead in counts. He's been able to do that consistently, and you see the results.
Next offering is in for a strike. 2 down, base is empty, but 1 run across here in the late stages of game 1. Base hit, and that keeps the inning going. Well, Singy, he is locked in there.
Well, he's really slowed the game down, and it's like he's moving in full speed, and everybody is a step or 2.
Trout on the move, in the dirt. And that's a stolen base, not even close. Runner at second, 2 down. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Swing and a ball lifted in the air right field. He just missed it. Acuna pulls that one down, and that's the inning. But the solo shot stretches their lead even further. Last chance coming up here for the Braves. And here's the closer to try and finish off game 1. Ben Joyce.
I think closer has to be one of the toughest jobs in baseball, and we see a pretty high turnover rate because of it. Every outing seems to be high pressure, this one included. We'll see if he can wrap up the win and get himself a save.
Swing and a miss, and he got him. And a strikeout for the first out here in the 9th. And next for Atlanta, Michael Harris II. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. Ball 1 there. The 1-1 is fouled off. Fights that one away, still 1-2. That's down and in.
That's a really good take right there. Slider down and in. Very difficult to get on the same plane and do anything with.
Lifted in the air, left field, pretty well struck. Adele makes the grab, 2 down. So they're down to their final out. Here is Ozzie Albies up to hit. That one finds the zone. That's strike 1. They're down to their final strike.
Just amazing to me how many closers and back-end relievers just throw absolute gas these days. I never would have had a chance.
Joyce, 1 strike away from securing game 1. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Got him! And that's a wild way to end a game of the postseason. A drop third strike and a 2-3 putout. So the Los Angeles Angels take game 1 as they get their World Series off to a great start.